if you are from lower socio-economic background and you have an iPhone, you wear chicken kari kurtas, and you don't have access to branded shoes, congratulations, you're a chapri. And this is not, I'm not saying it, the internet is saying it. The internet is calling everyone a chapri, a person who is from lower socio-economic background, a chapri, because they apparently don't fit the standards of the society. They are apparently not classy enough to have the access to the things that this so-called higher class people have. So my name is Ashma, and let's dig deeper into this topic. So chapri is a word that is being thrown so casually in the air nowadays without even thinking twice about the meaning. And I also feel guilty because I also have been victim of it, and I also have used these words when I was using Facebook back in 2019 or something like that. And I used to share those memes where like chapri girl starter pack, chapri boy starter pack, like I will show the memes here, where a person who has colored hair is chapri, a person who expresses themselves in a certain way is a chapri. And most probably those people come from lower socio-economic background, people who don't have access, who don't have privilege. So where does this word chapri come from? Chapri is a word that originates from the Chaparband community, the people from the lower caste who were just who could only mend roofs to make their living, to make their ends meet, and they were only allowed to do that because of their caste. So even though no matter whatever the trend comes or whatever the slurs is uttered, it always has casteist, classist, racist or homophobic background. And let me make it clear how it is. So the thing is, nowadays it's a trend to insult someone on the basis of the way they express themselves. If I have colored hair, then I am a chapri. Apparently I am a chapri. If I wear clothes from Meesho, I am chapri. If I don't speak English well, I am chapri. If my accent is, not perfect, and if I'm trying to speak in English, then I am chapri, because I am trying too hard to be where the so-called higher class people are, and that makes me a chapri. If I express myself the way I want to, I'm apparently a chapri. So it's very easy to get chaprified, if you don't come from privilege, or if you don't come from higher socio-economic background, because that's how the internet works. And not only internet, it also has deep effect on the society outside of the internet, because now people throw this word so casually to anyone, even the student, even the children. As I'm a teacher by profession, and I have seen the students calling someone chapri, and I say, why do you call them chapri? And they're like, ma'am, because he has this hair, he has his hair in a certain way, or ma'am, because he drinks this, he drinks sting, or ma'am, because of this. It's so easy to brainwash the kids into believing that if you express yourself the way you want to, you become a chapri, without even thinking twice. I have seen a video where children in the school, where children were there in a school bus, and they were yelling the word chapri at a guy who they don't even know, because apparently calling someone chapri is funny, right? But we don't think the repercussions of the words we use, and we throw so casually without even thinking the consequences it has on the society and on the people. People are being harassed for just existing. People are being harassed, people are being made fun of just for existing, as if people who are from humble background, or as if people who don't fit in this certain class do not deserve to exist, do not deserve to take up space, do not deserve to be in the space where this so-called people, who are classy are. Like, let me give you a classic example of YouTube versus TikTok. It was also a kind of classist, struggle, like, where the YouTubers were apparently of higher class, like they were more classy, they had more class than people who were using TikTok. They are and people who are trying to show off themselves in TikTok, they were apparently chapris, right? I think we all have called them chapris. But as I have questioned myself, I love to think, I love to reflect on myself as well, and as I critically thought about all those things, I came to a conclusion that it was such a classist way to see things. Like, and basically the people who used TikTok were from certain class, people with certain skin colors, people who were trying too hard, or people who didn't know, people who didn't have privilege, people who didn't have education, but still they were trying to express themselves through a medium which happened to be TikTok. And people, or the YouTubers who were certainly more classy and people who were more privileged, they made fun of them and they kind of belittled them in every single way possible. And they used to crack unfunny jokes, and utter homophobic slurs, and we used to laugh at that, which was so problematic. If I think back, like, how could we even laugh about those things? Like, how was homophobia cool? Or how was, like, it was the trend was like people who are guys who make TikToks are women, as if being a woman is shameful, as if being a gay is shameful, as if, I don't know, right? So that was so problematic, but still people entertained it, and the YouTubers gained so many subscribers by just spreading hate. And and the same YouTubers who used to roast them are following the same kind of trends on Reels now. So make it make sense. Anyways, I was just talking about chapri thing, right? How is everything chapri nowadays? How is everything uncool nowadays? Like, if you like, I have also seen lots of videos where people who are apparently not so privileged, if they go to malls or if they go to any places, that is, then the people of certain classes start calling them, अब तो ये जगह भी छपरी बना दिया इन लोगों ने, अब तो ये छपरी लोग यहाँ भी आ गए, ये छपरी लोग ने हर जगह, as if they have a certain kind of right on that place, or as if they have certain kind of, as if they have certain kind of it's just superiority complex which they try to impose. And nowadays people are so scared to express themselves because apparently everything is chapri nowadays. Let's think it like this. Like, I had seen a video where lots of people were there, back in, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 years back. I always wanted to make a video on this topic, but I was always out of words and I didn't know how to express myself. But now I think I need to speak about it because I need to get my thoughts there. So the thing is, I saw a video where lots of people were there, lots of girls were there, and they were so happy, they were just enjoying themselves, they're walking here and there. And then I saw comments where people were like, छपरी लोग, ये मीशो के मॉडल्स इधर भी आ गए, ये मीशो का मॉडल्स का मीटअप हो गया. It was so heartbreaking to see that, like, people are not even allowed to exist. They hadn't done anything wrong. They were just there enjoying themselves. There was, I think, a certain kind of fair, and people were just insulting them for existing, as if we are not even allowed to try. And let's ask ourselves, what is cringe? Cringe is just a mentality. It's just your classist mentality that can't grasp that everyone has a right to express themselves the way they want to. Let me be very clear. There is a place in our town where apparently only the rich people used to go before, but now everyone has access to it and everyone goes there just to hang out and just to chill. That is a mall, and now that has become a chapri center. Why? Because everyone has access to it, and especially people who have certain skin color and who are from certain socio-economic background go there. That has become chapri center, that has become a chapri mall. Q. Let's ask ourselves before using these words, before throwing these words so casually. Because no matter, you may say that it's just for fun, but I think that fun has gone out of hands now, because it's also affecting people in real life. Now in real life also people are being yelled or called chapri just for existing. ओ कलर किया है तुमने अपना बाल, तुम तो छपरी लग रहे हो, तुम ये ड्रिंक पी रहे हो, तुम तो छपरी लग रहे हो, तुम ये कलर पहनते हो, तुम तो छपरी लग रहे हो. मतलब हर चीज़ करना छपरी हो गया है अभी. मतलब किसी को एक्सप्रेस कोई अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस ही नहीं कर पा रहा है. लाइक इंडिविजुअलिज्म इज डाइंग. And why do we need to have problem? Let them have iPhones. अभी iPhone छपरी हो गया है. Why? Because it's not exclusive anymore. And people from certain background also want to have access to that, and they also want to follow that trend, or they also want to keep up to the standards. So it also has become छपरी. अभी तो वो exclusivity ही नहीं रहा, तो वो तो छपरी ही है ना. It really bothers me so much whenever I think of these things, because what do you mean that कोई किसी का बाल लाल है तो वो छपरी है, कोई ये कर रहा है तो वो छपरी है, कोई वो कर रहा है तो वो छपरी है. तुम कैसे इंसान हो भाई? तुम इतने डर में रहोगे कि यार मैं ये करूँगा तो छपरी लगूंगा, मैं वो करूँगा तो छपरी. तुम कब तक तो we just get one life, for God's sake. And it's just one life. And उसमें भी, and you know the people who are so, जो लोग ये सब बातें दूसरों को बोलते हैं, वो लोग तो इतना डर के रहते होंगे भाई, क्योंकि उनको तो एक्सप्रेस, वो खुद दूसरों को इतना जज करते हैं, तो उनको वो कैसे खुद को एक्सप्रेस कर पाएंगे? तो वो लोग वही सेम बोरिंग लाइफ फॉलो करते हैं और दूसरों को देख के गुस्सा होते रहते हैं कि यार कैसे हाउ कैन दे एक्सप्रेस, हाउ कैन दे एग्जिस्ट. मतलब इनको एग्जिस्ट करने को किसने हिम्मत दिया इनको? अभी रील्स बना रहे, कुछ लोग रील्स बनाएंगे लाइक पुअर, जो लोग लाइक पीपल फ्रॉम लोअर इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड जो वीडियोस बनाते हैं, उनके लाइक दे मेक फन ऑफ देम समहाउ बिकॉज दे आर अपेरेंटली नॉट सो कूल. और if we really want to call out, let's call out the people who are privileged enough, who are educated enough, still they are promoting overconsumption. Their feed is filled with making people insecure, making people buy things. Why don't we call that out? Why don't we people doing hauls after hauls, people of tons and tons of makeup, and also encouraging other young girls to buy things that they don't need. Let's call these things out instead of calling people who don't have privilege, who are just trying to exist. Let's not punch down. If you want to be funny, let's call these things out. Let's not make fun of people who are already living a miserable life. एंड जो लोग बस थोड़ी टाइम के लिए खुश रहने के लिए कभी किधर जाते हैं तो उनका उसमें भी मजाक उड़ जाता है. वाई? बिकॉज वो लोग अपेरेंटली वो स्टैंडर्ड्स फिट नहीं कर पाते. तो इट रियली ब्रेक्स माई हार्ट जब मैं ये सब चीज़ें देखती हूँ. आई रियली फील सो बैड व्हेन आई सी एंड विटनेस दिस थिंग्स, बिकॉज आई थिंक दिस नीड्स टू स्टॉप नाउ. इट्स ऑलरेडी 2026. लेट पीपल बी, जीने दो और खुद जियो. 2026 हो गया है यार अभी, तो चलो अभी लोगों को जज नहीं करते. उनको किसी को आईफोन लेना है, लेने दो भाई. किसी को कलरफुल कपड़ा पहनना है, पहनने दो. किसी को बाल कलर कराना है, करने दो ना. एक ही तो ज़िंदगी है, उसमें भी डर के रहेंगे क्या? उसमें भी डर डर के मर मर के रहेंगे, उसमें भी ये सोच के रहेंगे कि यार ये अगर मैं ये करूँगी तो मैं छपरी लगूँगी। क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है यार, क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है, क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है? वी जस्ट हैव वन लाइफ. हाउ अबाउट वी लिव इट द वे वी वांट टू विदाउट हैविंग द फियर ऑफ बीइंग जज्ड. भी किसी को भी छपरी बोलने का इतना ट्रेंड आ गया है ना, आई जस्ट इट रियली बॉक्स मी अप एंड आई रियली गेट. और ये जो छपरी एंड नॉन छपरी जो थिंग है ना, द ओनली डिफरेंस इज, ओनली थिंग दैट इज मेकिंग them chapri and you not chapri is your skin color. It may sound harsh, but you have certain skin color, you are from certain socio-economic background and you have privilege, you have education, so you are not chapri. अगर आप भी उसी, if you also wouldn't have that education, that you wouldn't come from that background, then maybe you also would be one of those. तो चलो जियो और जीने दो. I think that should be our motive, right? And if you really want to call out overconsumption. Call out the people who actually have privilege, education and everything. जो लोग इतना ज्ञान देते रहते हैं, क्या पता है वो environmentalism ऐसा सब चीज़ का, but they still have halls and all those videos in there. तो चलो उनको call out कर देते हैं ना. Why should we need to call out people जिनकी life already इतनी miserable है? Why? We say one thing very clearly, very clearly, that the thing is, it's very easy to judge people, but it's very hard to understand where they stand and where they are coming from. It's very hard to put yourself in their shoes when you have privilege, because according to privileged people, अमीर लोगों को लगता है अरे पैसा तो इनके पास है ही, इनको तो बस फैशन सेंस नहीं आता है. They have this kind of mentality कि अरे पैसा तो सबके पास होता है, बस कुछ लोगों के पास फैशन सेंस नहीं होता है. अरे सुंदर तो सब लोग होते हैं, बस इनको अपने आप को मेकअप करना नहीं आता है. अरे चीज़ तो इनके पास होगा ही, बस इनको मैचिंग ज्वेलरी पहनना नहीं आता है. दैट इज़ द मेंटलिटी दिस पीपल हैव. और मैंने एक वीडियो भी देखा था. आई सॉ वन वीडियो ऑन इंस्टाग्राम वेयर लाइफ ऑफ पूजा, आई गेस शी वॉज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस थिंग एंड आई रियली वॉन्टेड टू टॉक दिस थिंग सिंस आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी years, but I was not, just I had not filmed anything, but there she was saying life of Pooja was saying that how she saw a video where people were making fun of girls, 15-16-year-old girls who were wearing lehenga, sari, I think apparently of their moms, and there were comments, dissing them, hating on them just because they were not having matching clothes and they were being called chapri. Is it fair? And also, those those girls who say that, oh, we are such a girl, we are always there for girls. Man, girl is not just about being girl for the women who comes into your socio-economic bracket. It's about understanding all the girls in the world. It's about understanding all the girls. It's not about putting other girls जिनके पास इतना access नहीं, उनको down put करके अपने आप को girl. I think let's not say that. Let's not do that, okay? Anyways, so here was my little take on this topic, and I'm really tired of seeing people being chaprified for literally existing, and I think it's high time we should stop that, because it's already 2026. I don't want to sound very preachy kind of person, but मैंने ये खुद चीज़ realize करी है, because I have reflected on myself. I have asked myself so many times, like, why do I even think that they are chapri? Because we need to ask ourselves question कि हमें क्यों वो छपरी लगते हैं, हमें क्यों लगता है कि उनको अलाउड नहीं होना चाहिए टू एग्जिस्ट द वे दे वांट टू. व्हाई डू वी थिंक दैट? सो माई this video is not to judge you or not to question you, but just to make you think. Let's start questioning ourselves as well. Let's not follow for the trends. Let's not call people chapri just because the trend says so, and let's stop being classist. It's already 2026 and we should stop being classist and casteist. It's high time. If you have education, if you have all the rights, if you have privilege, let's act like educated people. Anyways, thank you so much if you have watched this video till the end. And not I've yapped like anything, but that's just my frustrations showing up. So I really want you to subscribe, like, and support me, and please comment down your opinions. Did I speak to do you agree with me? Do you think we should stop these things? Do you think we should stop giving people labels just because of the way they decides to clothe themselves in, or just because of the way they dress, or just because of the way they exist? So if you agree with me, please comment down your opinions, and if you don't agree with me, still you can comment down on your opinions. I'll definitely reply to all of it. And stay tuned for stay tuned for more videos, because bye, see you in my next video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and support my channel, because I really want to gain 100k subscribers this year, and please support me. Yeah, bye.